Thank you kindly for joining us on a Friday, last show of the week for the I Love CVille Network. It's been a good week. We are in the saddle. We are producing live content for your enjoyment next week. So have no fear. The I Love CVille Show is here. It is Thanksgiving on the near horizon. It will be at least a short week. We're not in the office on Thursday. TBD show schedule and programming Wednesday, but we will let you know. Certainly in the saddle on Monday and Tuesday, and possibly Friday, ladies and gentlemen. A lot I want to cover on the water cooler of content and conversation, the I Love CVille Show. We have the University of Virginia in another national ranking. Time Magazine has named the University of Virginia the #3 public university for producing American leaders for the second consecutive year. The magazine said this about UVA. Their study examines a diverse group of 4,800 of the most influential figures shaping U.S. society today, from policymakers and corporate executives to leading scientists, educators, and cultural innovators. And as a result, UVA has been ranked #3 nationally in the public university category. University of California, Berkeley, #1. University of Michigan, Ann Arbor, #2. UVA is the #17 school overall out of 125 ranked institutions and the #1 in the Commonwealth of Virginia by a landslide. We'll unpack that prestige bestowed upon the University of Virginia from Time Magazine on today's show. We have a newspaper in Virginia Beach and Norfolk, the 757, the Virginian-Pilot, who is straight up calling out Jim Ryan. Mm-hmm. And it's a line I use often in my life, and I want you, the viewer and listener, to embrace this line and to use it in your lives as well. Ignorance is not an excuse. If you don't get something done in your life, if you miss a deadline, if you don't do something correctly at work, if you don't do something correctly in your personal life, your love life, and your parenting life, and the reason for making the mistake is I did not know or I was not aware. I say often, and I fall victim to this as well from time to time, ignorance is not an excuse, ladies and gentlemen. We live in a time in America where we have more accessibility to answers and insight than any time in American history because of these phones that are in the palm of our hands. A phone that's more powerful than the first spaceship that went to the moon. The iPhone more powerful than the computer that went to the moon, ladies and gentlemen. So for Jim Ryan to utilize, I did not know, or I'm uncertain, I wasn't sure how the game was played, I was left in the dark, the Virginian-Pilot is saying, yo, Jimbo, ignorance is not an excuse. You're an attorney, you're a lawyer, you're going to be teaching the next generation of law students at the University of Virginia Law School. And for you to say on record that you were left in the dark, you didn't know how the game was played, you were not sure of the rules on the playing field, hey, that doesn't fly with us. And we'll unpack that today in the Virginian-Pilot coverage on the water cooler of content and conversation, the I Love CVille Show. We'll talk on today's program. Turkey prices are going down. Thanksgiving, feeding a family of 10. James Watson's watching the program. Word on the street, James Watson, is you're hosting more than 10 people at your beautiful home. So good luck with that. We do have some good news. The cost for a Thanksgiving meal for 10 people is down versus 2024. Marginally down. Marginally down, ladies and gentlemen. We'll unpack that story on today's show. We'll talk about our favorite Thanksgiving dishes on the program. We'll give a little piece of business information that's out there thanks to our good friend Conan Owen, the owner of Sir Speedy Central Virginia. You have a need for more visibility with your logo, with your business name. you contact Conan Owen in Sir Speedy, Central Virginia. He is fantastic with vinyl lettering on storefront windows. He's fantastic with signage in totality. He's fantastic, Conan Owen, with direct mail, with tickets, with lanyards, with stickers. The banner directly behind me is a Conan Owen special. We have 24 tenants in our rental portfolio. These 24 tenants have signage needs. Conan Owen and Sir Speedy, Central Virginia handle those signage needs. We work with other real estate owners and landlords throughout Charlottesville, Albemarle, and Central Virginia, and we suggest business to those clients and vendors to use, and Conan Owen is at the top of mine. Locally owned and operated, Sir Speedy, Central Virginia. He passed along to us before the program started that the old Spice Diva spot, Judah, this is in the Main Street Market, the purple building. The Spice Diva, Judah, went from that really tiny space years ago, in that tiny space that was next to the parking lot, to a much bigger space inside the purple building. Phyllis has since closed the Spice Diva, and there's a new lease in play at the Spice Diva, ladies and gentlemen. And that new lease, lo and behold, is a coffee shop. Give and take coffee and tea is taking the old Spice Diva location. We'll talk about that on today's show. And how about this feel-good story? Friends of CVille, the downtown mall, the downtown Charlottesville, fantastic entity led by a friend of the program, Greer Achenbach, has come up with a fantastic idea. Now until January 11th, families walking on the downtown mall might see tiny, hidden, unexpected visitors that are wedged and positioned in discreet fashion into stores and display windows. They are tiny elves, Judah. It's the 4th annual Tiny Elf CVille Scavenger Hunt. And if you'd like to participate in this Tiny Elf CVille Scavenger Hunt, you can pick up a North Pole pass and go from business to business to find those sneaky little pesky fellows. It's almost that time of year for an elf to visit our house, Judah. Dash is on his way to the Miller abode. And Dash, every single morning, likes to shift and crawl and move and shake to a different location around the Miller Christmas tree. My wife, weeks ago, my beloved wife, started hanging Christmas lights outside the Miller home. And I've been instructed to bring my rusted and dull handsaw, because on the days following Thanksgiving, I will be on soggy grass somewhere in Albemarle County, sawing down with a rusted and dull handsaw a 10 to 11 foot Christmas tree for our living room. So giddy up and get ready. I love the tiny elf concept. And don't forget, the University of Virginia is playing today at 5 o'clock against Northwestern at the Greenbrier Resort in a ballroom. First true test for Ryan Odom and the Wahoos, who are 4-0. They play a Northwestern team that's also 4-0. Virginia's a 3.5-point favorite. 5 o'clock tip on CBS Sports Network. Philip Dow, wonderful Christmas to you as well. A lot we're going to cover on the program. Tom Powell, welcome to the show. If you're watching on any of the platforms, like and share the program. We work hard for you. That's the only thing we ask in return, is that you like and share the show. Studio camera, Judah Wickower. Beloved member of this community, Judah Wickower. It's good to see you, my friend. Which headline, as Ginny Who has retweeted our show, most intrigues you today, and why?
Well, I'm always intrigued by what's going on with the UVA insanity. It's compelling, it's wild, it's he said, she said, sometimes hard to get a bead on what is true, what is false. Our these people all have their own views of things. So I don't think it's as simple as true false or one person lying and another person telling the truth. And it's just keeps going. Other than that, I do like Thanksgiving. I'm already in my head planning some of the stuff that I'll make. It's usually a family process. Everybody pitches in, and I love it.
My favorite Thanksgiving dish. What's yours? I'll give you mine.
Oh, my favorite. I probably like some tender thigh meat, and followed up with one of the legs.
Well, are we talking about turkey here? What are we talking about here?
My dad and I.
Is this the turkey we're talking?
My dad and I
Okay.
usually
Just
get
wanna
the
make
turkey
sure.
legs.
Tender thighs and some legs for Judah Woodcower. My favorite Thanksgiving dish: 10-year-old Scotch followed by a cold IPA.
Could that be counted as a dish?
That's my favorite Thanksgiving dish. All right, we should lead with the Virginian-Pilot story. Who, what, when, where, why. Then James Watson, your comments coming up here in a matter of moments. James Watson, I think, how many you hosted for Thanksgiving, James? 15, 16, 17? Are you cracking 20, James? Virginian-Pilot, lower third on screen. Virginian-Pilot sparing no expense with Jib O'Ryan here.
No, they're definitely not.
Who, what, when, where, why. Judah Woodcower, as succinctly as possible.
The Virginia-Pilot, with guest columnist Scott Douglas Gerber, does a wonderful job of detailing some of the ins and outs and insanity of what we've been talking about recently with UVA, former President Jim Ryan, current interim President Mahoney. Abigail Spanberger, Glenn Youngkin.
All the usual suspects.
Yeah.
Rachel Sheridan, Porter Wilkinson.
My favorite part of this is that he puts a lot of it in perspective in terms of timing. That was one of the tough things to figure out. We had all these people releasing letters like day after day, sometimes 2 in one day. He kind of gives a good layout for how that all came down, and he goes on to talk about some of the issues that the DOJ had with UVA, specifically through Sheridan's letter, some of Ryan's responses, and goes on to talk about the laws, anti-discrimination laws and stuff like that Jim Ryan is seemingly pushing aside or saying these are arguably but not definitely illegal, and he ends by giving his reasons for thinking that Ryan is obfuscating here.
7th grade word. That's a SAT word.
Yeah,
Put it as
a great
a 7th grade word.
Obfuscating, I think 7th grade version would be hiding the truth.
Yeah, there it is. Hiding the truth. Hiding the truth is a form of lying.
Yeah.
There's different ways you can lie. Omitting is a form of lying.
Lies of omission.
Yeah, lies of omission is a form of lying.
Yeah.
Not revealing everything is a form of lying.
Yeah.
Passing the buck on
if you're aware that that's what you're doing.
Yeah. Well, ignorance is not an excuse.
You can't use that for every situation.
Well, it works for most situations in life, from what I found. Because there's always ways to figure out answers. Asking, reading, Googling, getting online.
It's easy to say if you know you need an answer.
Jim Ryan's a guy that seems pretty crafty and clever. And I'm disappointed in myself. I've been covering this story soup to nuts for most of the calendar year.
Yeah.
And most of the calendar year, in my analysis and commentary on the UVA C-suite fiasco, I should have led with Jim Ryan's a lawyer.
Yeah.
Jim Ryan's an attorney.
He doesn't really need outside counsel, though it's helpful. It's not like every lawyer is an encyclopedic carries the encyclopedic knowledge of all law.
This guy's got a law degree from the University of Virginia.
Yeah, and he will be teaching law at the University of Virginia.
He's got a BA from Yale University. He's going to be teaching some of the smartest kids in the world law at the University of Virginia. Mm-hmm. And for a man of his intellectual caliber, professional caliber, political savviness, mm-hmm. to simmer, to linger, to kind of linger in the shadows of uncertainty, in the shadows of lying by omission, or utilizing just didn't know that was how it was played. I should have led with that the entire year. It should have been the first thing we said.
Yeah.
But you know what the interesting thing is, and James Watson makes this comment. Here's James Watson. He's a University of Virginia graduate. I first met James Watson when he was the bartender at Orbit on the UVA corner before it was Boylan Heights. I think James, had you just finished UVA? Were you doing grad school, or were you just out of UVA? I was an undergrad at the time, and I was sneaking into Orbit with a fake New Jersey ID that Tall Tom and Savvy Shannon and Connecticut Dave and I made in Dabney 101, old dorms. We got a laminator and some glossy paper and some hologram paint. And I was from, Morristown, New Jersey. I walk in there, James's Tenon Bar. Get to talking about sports, and it's been a friend of mine for 20 plus years. He bleeds orange and blue just like I do. He says most people don't really care about what's going on with the C-suite drama at UVA. Yeah. UVA received 65,000 applications last year, 65,000. It's really a pretty dope educational opportunity when you think about its great grounds, the cool town, and every single Division 1A sport is in the top 20. One of my favorite teams at the University of Virginia is the men's squash team. They are ranked number 4 in the entire nation. Mm-hmm. Virginia men's squash is ranked number 4 in the entire nation. And this weekend, they play the University of Pennsylvania, the reigning national champion and the top-ranked team in the country. And they have as good an opportunity of winning this match as any time in history. This past weekend, ladies and gentlemen, they beat the previous number 4 team in the country, Yale, 6-3 in New Haven, Connecticut. We have an abundance of riches at the University of Virginia.
Yeah.
Quality of life, co-eds, beautiful co-eds, some of the most beautiful co-eds you will ever see at the University of Virginia. Goodness gracious, just jaw-dropping beauty. Fraternity life, sorority life, Greek life, and an abundance of riches with athletics. I mean, put the lower third on screen. UVA is now ranked for the second consecutive year the number 3 public university for producing American leaders, according to Time Magazine. Time Magazine bestows upon UVA that this institution is number 3 nationally behind University of California, Berkeley, and the University of Michigan at producing leaders, while the leadership at the University of Virginia is literally camping out in purgatory and unsure if the elevator, they just push the button, is going to take them to the pearly gates or to the fiery pits. Like, professionally, Craig Kent, let's say he's in purgatory. Professionally, Melina Kibbe, let's say she's in purgatory. Professionally, Jim Bryan, let's say he's in purgatory. Professionally, Rachel Sheridan and Porter Wilkinson, let's say they're in purgatory. They push the elevator button while waiting in the lobby. Where is the elevator in the shaft? Is it going to take them up or down?
Yeah.
And Time Magazine doesn't even care. Let's give them number 3 nationally.
Yeah. And, speaking of parents and students and parents of students, they're not all living in Charlottesville. They're not all hearing the local news here. And when I was going to college, I don't think I ever knew anything about the leaders of the colleges that I went to.
Oh, I did.
Did you?
I knew about Johnny Castine. Without question. No, I'm not saying that's the case for, everybody.
Yeah.
I do think the student at the University of Virginia is more astute than most.
Maybe.
I mean, look at the ranking. The rankings speak for themselves.
Oh, okay.
The difficulty to get into the school is it's a new Ivy. We'll give some love to Charlottesville Sanitary Supply, 61 years in business. Charlottesville Sanitary Supply. John and Andrew Vermillion are 5 generations strong in Albemarle County. The Vermillion family, 5 generations strong in Albemarle County. Their business, Charlottesville Sanitary Supply, is 3 generations strong. You can find them online at charlottesvillesanitarysupply.com, and you can find them on East High Street. Free in-market delivery for Charlottesville Sanitary Supply.
Mm-hmm.
Free in-market delivery. And James says, don't forget that swimming team where you're legitimately watching gold medalists at UVA on the swimming team. He's 100% right.
Nice.
So from here on out, Jim Ryan, I will utilize, you are a lawyer, you have a Yale degree, a UVA law degree, you're a law professor at the University of Virginia. I am not going to let you slide with, I did not know, I was kept in the dark, nobody told me. I will not allow ignorance as an excuse anymore.
Yeah, Ryan himself, this is in the article, Ryan himself appears to have obfuscated about whether UVA violated anti-discrimination law while he was president. He says they were arguably out of compliance because the court's decision was about college admissions. Let's see. What he's talking about is one of the policies and practices inconsistent with the Supreme Court's admissions decision. Admissions. One set an aspirational goal of increasing the diversity of our faculty. Court's decision was about college admissions, and applying that reasoning beyond the admissions context involves some judgment calls, to which Scott Gerber replies that...
and he's the columnist.
Yeah. That the EEOC chair, Andrea Lucas, has repeatedly mentioned since the Supreme Court's 2023 admissions decision was announced that, unlike the old rules for university admissions, race or sex cannot be even a plus factor, a tiebreaker, or a tipping point in the employment context. Indeed, and so then he says, indeed, except for a few narrow exceptions that don't apply to today's UVA, it has been illegal to take race or other protected traits into account in employment decisions since the Civil Rights Act of 1964. More still, because UVA is a public university, it is constitutionally barred from doing so. And he ends the article with, Ryan must know this. After all, he is a law professor.
There it is. That's a great column. Virginian-Pilot, Virginian with an N. It's Virginia-Pilot's on the lower third. It's Virginian with an N. Next headline, Judah Wickower, what do you got?
Next up, we have the cost for Thanksgiving meals.
This is, I do. So the positive of this is it didn't go up. Yeah. The negative of this is it's basically the same as last year when it was obscenely expensive. There's a Virginia Farm Bureau Thanksgiving meal market barometer. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like a little tracker of expense for the Thanksgiving holiday. And shopping excursions across the Commonwealth from the 10th of October to the 6th of November, the average cost of a Thanksgiving meal for 10 people was $80.48, which was down from last year, $81.07. So what are we talking about here? Like a 59-cent drop.
Yeah.
Average cost of a Thanksgiving meal for 10 people, $81.07. That seems light to me, doesn't it? $81.07 for 10 people?
That was last year, and this year is $80.40. I mean,
we're talking $8 a person?
Yeah. I mean, I guess I'm sure it depends on what you're cooking. Whether you're making your own cranberry sauce, or you bought a $1.29 can of pre-made cranberry sauce.
Viewers and listeners, Curtis Shaver is right up your alley here. 10 people, total cost of $80.48 for the 10 people. That seems incredibly low to me.
It does seem low.
The 16-pound whole frozen turkey averaged $27.50 or $1.72 a pound.
Yeah. And they say that that it was a slight increase in the turkey cost, but
All the other food
a
groups
lot
went
of the
down.
other stuff went down. So that's good.
I don't see how 10 people can get $80.48 for a turkey for a Thanksgiving meal for 10.
It does seem a bit low.
I mean, the bottle of scotch is $80.
There you go. Well, it depends how many add-ons you've got.
Tom Powell, watching the program. We love Tom. He says the rule number one of leading is you're at the top. You have to know everything about your situation, period. 100% Tom Powell. He's talking about Jimbo Ryan right there. Mm-hmm. All right, so if there's a positive of this, it didn't go up versus last year. If there's a negative of this, it only went down 59 cents.
Yeah. I mean, it's basically inflation. When they say there's inflation has disappeared or gone away, they basically just mean that
it's flatlined.
That it's a steady increase at the rate that they want, rather than a much higher increase.
Juan Sarmiento says, "No way, Jose. I'm not buying 10 people can be fed for that.
It is tight.
No way people are going to get. That's $8 a person. Mm-hmm. $8 a person. I mean, call me crazy, but I'll have to ask them. The missus is watching this question here. Sweetheart, does that number sound crazy to you?
I remember spending a Thanksgiving in San Francisco with my roommate and a friend of ours. We drove up from Los Angeles to San Francisco because we were on the West Coast, and I think two of us lived on the East Coast. The third lived down in Louisiana. So we drove up there. The whole way there, all I hear from these guys is, "Oh, I can't wait to get turkey," and all the the stuff. We find, I think it was like a Howard Johnson's or something that had a sign on the door that says, "We are serving Thanksgiving dinner." So when we get in there Thanksgiving night, we sit down. I order the turkey and everything, and these guys get the fish and chip special.
What?
I'm like, what are you guys doing? And then
are those friends or enemies?
I know. And then all the way back, all I heard is, "Man, we should have gotten the turkey."
Rob Neal watching the program. His photo on screen. I'm surely eating more than $81 of food by myself. Dude, 100%. $81 for 10 people? That's $8 a person. That's insane.
That is.
Let's see, that number seems ridiculous, but that's the Virginia Farm Bureau metric.
Yeah.
Barometer, Thanksgiving barometer. Next headline, Judah Wickauer, what do you got?
Well, before we move on, what's your least favorite Thanksgiving dish?
Probably the turkey.
Really?
Despise turkey.
Really?
It's dry.
Oh, ours wasn't dry last year.
It's flavorless.
I found a great way to.
I insist with my wife that she has the salty, thin-cut Virginia ham. And then I'll take the salty, thin-cut Virginia ham.
Salty.
Is it Kites? Is it Kites Country Ham? Is that what it is, Curtis? Kites Country Ham? Gosh. Is it Kites? Yeah, Kites Country Ham. Whoever this Kites fellow is, he knows how to make a damn good country ham.
So
Goodness gracious.
Is that the same thing you get for Easter?
I would eat this thing once a week, frankly. But then I would die of cholesterol, overdose of cholesterol. Kites Country Ham, okay? The Kites famous grandpa country ham. You take that with the tiny rolls that you get, and you make a sandwich. And then I make that sandwich and I layer it with all the trims and the fixings. I mean, I love a sweet potato with the marshmallows crisped on top. I love the green bean casserole with the bacon in there. I love the mashed potatoes with the gravy. John Blair says he wants us to talk about his pumpkin pie, good or not. I like all pies. I like apple pies. I like pumpkin pies, right?
I think pumpkin's probably one of my favorite.
I like cranberry sauce. You a fan of cranberry sauce, Judah?
I didn't like cranberry sauce for most of my life, but in the last, 10, 15, 20 years, I've come to enjoy it.
I love stuffing, especially with the dressing. Mm-hmm. I love the mac and cheese, the green bean casserole. And I just make a layer with the Kites Country Ham and the sandwiches. Then I eat a little sandwich. Then I have a little...
I do love my
little scotch.
I do love my post-Thanksgiving turkey sandwiches.
Have a little cold beer. Eat some more sandwiches. Have a little more.
Yep.
Make sure everyone's glass is full. Take a break. Walk around the block. Take Max, the German Shepherd, the family dog, for a trot. Make sure the kids are not breaking the house. I told you the other day, our kid turns 3 on Thanksgiving Day.
Mm-hmm.
He ripped the hot handle off the powder room sink right next to the garage. He ripped the handle on the sink off.
What does hot handle mean?
The handle you turn for hot water.
Oh.
He ripped it off the sink and said, "Dad, do you need this?" And it was the hot handle on the sink. Next day, he ripped the door, somehow managed to rip the doorknob off the side door of the house.
Wow.
Next to the garage, you saw it. It has no door handle now. He ripped it off. He's 2 years old. How does he do that? How does a 2-year-old, how's he stronger than steel?
How much does he weigh?
30. He stands on the scale in our bathroom every morning. 32.6 pounds.
Well, I guess if you put 30 pounds of pressure on a door handle, it'll come off.
32.6 pounds. What is he? He must be hanging from the door handle.
I don't know how else he would get it off.
And jerking it. He said, "Dad, do you need this?" And in a 72-hour period, hands me the hot water handle on the powder room bathroom, and he hands me the doorknob to the side door that we use all the time to get in the house because it goes into the mud room. And he says, "Dad, do you need this?" And I just look at it and I'm like, what the Sigma? Next headline, what do you got, Judah Wickar? Brussels sprouts, carrots and corn, cranberry sauce and mac and cheese, sweet potatoes, but leave the turkey off my plate. Give me the Kites Country ham. What do you got?
Give and take.
Curtis Shaver's photo on screen. Fantastic tidbit from friend of the program. Was in my groomsmen party, Curtis Shaver, at our wedding. Jim Kite of Kites Country Ham used to play professional baseball in the 1960s. I did not know that, Curtis. Do you like a good Kites Country Ham, Kurt? Dirty Curdy likes some Kites Country Ham, I think. Georgia Gilmer, mac and cheese is not a Thanksgiving dish. That's blasphemous. Georgia Gilmer, I love you dearly. She says mac and cheese is not a Thanksgiving dish.
I would tend to agree.
Are you loco en la cabeza, chico?
It's never been part of our Thanksgiving setup.
Mac and cheese?
Yeah, never been consistently a part of our Thanksgiving.
Juan Sarmiento says we're doing a brisket this year. Good for you, Juan.
Nice.
Turkey's overrated. Country ham biscuits. Amen, brother. Amen, Curtis.
I would
Nothing
have
better.
agreed with the turkey being overrated until recently. I've found some really good ways to prepare turkey so that it's not dry as the Sahara.
Keith Smith is frying it in James Watson's backyard this Thanksgiving.
Nice.
He's deep frying a turkey in James Watson, his brother-in-law's backyard this Thanksgiving. I'll take a fried turkey.
That would be something to watch from a distance.
What, Keith Smith frying a turkey?
Keith Smith frying a turkey.
That'd be hilarious. Keith Smith frying a turkey. But I bet you he fries a delicious turkey.
Oh, no doubt.
What is this? Is this right here? This is in the shot. You see that right here?
That's the shot.
It's okay. These are the high expectations that I talked about. I have expectations that are rarely meetable.
What are you pointing out?
This thing is in the shot. The handle.
Well,
It shouldn't be in the shot.
there's only so much I can move these around.
It's never in the shot otherwise. This is like the
Go
we're
back.
hosting Thanksgiving. No, I trust me. I know. I see this. We're hosting Thanksgiving, and my wonderful wife runs the house. My wife is the best. Okay, my wife is the absolute best, and we're hosting family for Thanksgiving, and she does wants to make sure the house is extremely presentable, and is nice and clean. She's doing the bedding, making everything look good. And she does a great job of it. But there's often like one little spot that got missed. It's a 5-bedroom, 4.5 bath house. There's a spot that's going to get missed here. And when the family's there, she'll see it and be like, "Oh my goodness, I forgot that spot right there," and point it out, let everyone know. And we're like, if you don't say anything, no one's going to know about that spot. Just like I did with the handle on the shot with me on the show.
Nobody would have noticed.
But that's the anal OCD nature of yours truly.
Despite enjoying green bean casserole, I detest cooked mushrooms, and everyone always makes it with the mushroom
Yeah, that like porridge.
mushroom soup.
Yeah, that porridge or sauce that comes with it. I think that's pretty good.
It is good. I just I see those little mushrooms.
When you go to the Wickhour Thanksgiving, bring a bottle of Macallan 10 or 12 with you. And are your sisters coming into town?
I think one of them's definitely coming into town.
Okay, your dad, you've already said on the show, has got the most potent bag of THC gummies ever in the fridge.
Good Lord.
Bus, you said you ate one of those THC gummies on a Sunday after church. I mean, there's nothing like going to Sunday school, going to big church, passing the offering plate, putting some cash money in the offering plate, going to worship service, and then head home to your house and popping some THC gummies like you guys like to do.
It wasn't on a Sunday.
Okay. And what day was it on?
I don't remember.
It was on a Saturday. You said you were stoned into the next day.
I definitely was not. Definitely was not high at church, so I don't think it was a Saturday.
I said after church. I didn't say during church.
Yeah, but if I had taken it Saturday and was high all the next day, that would
bring the THC gummies that your dad has in a Macallan 10, and you guys will have a hell of a Thanksgiving.
Might as well just OD on NyQuil.
The Wickowers are going to be doing naked somersaults down Southside Charlottesville, tripping balls over there.
Well, I couldn't tell you when the last time was that I saw my parents, drinking something like a Macallan.
It's Thanksgiving. There's a first time for everything.
I don't think it'll be this year. We'll see.
It's the first time for everything, my friend. Next headline. What do you got, Judoka?
We have the moving of Give and Take.
All right, this is a piece.
Spice Diva.
This is a little business development. A new lease inked. New lease. John Hancock with Give and Take Coffee in the old Spice Diva location, in the Market Street Market.
Mm-hmm.
No. The Main Street Market, the Purple Building. Main Street Market, the Purple Building.
It's always great when we see companies moving up to bigger spaces. They're doing well enough to expand.
Okay, props. And it's a coffee and tea company. Props. And you saw that the folks from the Forge emailed us back, looking to come back on the show.
Yeah.
We'll see if we can schedule them. I will say this. I cannot think of a more competitive category of doing business in Charlottesville and Albemarle than the coffee space. Viewers and listeners, what is a more competitive category of doing business in this market than coffee?
Yeah, we should ask our viewers what's their favorite place to get coffee.
We should ask the viewers, what is a more competitive category of doing business than coffee, ladies and gentlemen? I sincerely have that question for you. Because, what do you say, being a realtor?
Potentially.
I mean, you got 1,000 of those in a very small market.
Mm.
I can't think of a more competitive category. The food and beverage category is already the most competitive, and the most competitive category is coffee. Everyone serves coffee.
Yeah.
And then there's specialty coffee providers, and then there's Starbucks and Dunkin' everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot think of one. Regardless, we salute them. Opening in the old Spice Diva spot, the inside spot at the Main Street Market. John Blair says one way to prepare a moist turkey is to take some cuts in the outer layer of skin and rub some melted butter inside the skin.
Yep, that's one of the ways that that I got it last year. You gotta.
Well, good job, Judah. You're a Renaissance man over here.
I can't remember what else is in it was like butter and spices, and you mix it all up and make sure it's kind of like not melted, but definitely not solid just out of the fridge, and yeah, you just massage it under the skin.
Jesus.
Should we mention
You're just
five?
so sexual with your connotations of the turkey. In the last 20 minutes, I asked you, what's your favorite Thanksgiving dish? What's your favorite thing to eat on Thanksgiving? I said, what's your favorite thing to eat on Thanksgiving? And you said, succulent soft thighs and long legs. And then just a moment ago, you said, there's nothing better than massaging the moisture into the skin.
There you go.
Tom Powell, deep frying the turkey is awesome. Cardi Shaver says, the pizza shop is as competitive as the coffee shop. Pizza's a good one too. I'm baffled that no one has tried their own bagel shop.
Yeah.
And I know others have tried, but the last time others have tried their own bagels, it's more than 20 years ago. I'm baffled that someone has not opened Charlottesville Bagel Company.
Yeah, please give us a toasted bagel for
Yeah.
goodness sake.
A toasted bagel that's cut all the way in half, for goodness sakes. Nothing worse than the bagel that's not cut all the way in half. Then when you tear it out, the interior portion of the sandwich gets ripped with one hand because you assume it's cut in half.
Yeah.
That is one of my pet peeves. The other one of my pet peeve is when clothes are left in the washer machine.
Okay.
Huge pet peeve of leaving clothes in the washing machine, intruding upon the next load of wash. Don't leave clothes in the washing machine.
Alrighty then.
Huge pet peeve. Next headline. Judah Wickauer, what do you got?
How often does Jerry do the laundry?
I do.
I don't remember putting that in there.
I do my laundry. Ask my wife. I do my laundry every single day.
All right.
Every single day. I do my laundry.
Every single day? Would
Yeah.
you just throw a pair of pants and a shirt in there?
What I wore for the day to work and my exercise attire and outfit from that day. It's not a big load, but I would rather do a small load every day than have a big load every 3 days.
There you go, folks.
And leaving clothes in the washing machine is one of my pet peeves. Carly Wagner, Murphy's Bagels is great. A bit far, but it's really good. I believe Murphy's Bagels is in Greene County. Is that right, Carly Wagner? I believe it's Greene County. If you watch the show regularly, yours truly does not go north of Barracks Road. You think I'm joking?
No, I don't.
Okay. James Watson, if my memory serves me correctly, Judah never went to see Santa Claus as a kid. Plus, no mac and cheese for Thanksgiving. I know, Jesus, James. And on top of that, Judah likes to massage the skin for moisture, loves the succulent thighs, and loves the long legs of the turkey. We kid because we care. He's never had a photo taken with Santa Claus, Judah Wickauer.
Yeah.
He's never met Santa Claus. Never had a photo taken with Santa
I've
Claus.
seen them in passing. I've met a Santa Claus here and there.
Where have you
Never
met a
said-
Santa Claus here and there?
Malls, usually. Where do you meet Santa Clauses?
I meet Santa Claus everywhere. He comes down my chimney at night. I leave carrots and cookies and milk out for him. I say, our sons have been, well, the oldest has been a good boy. The other one, not so much. He's like, don't worry, Jerry.
The old one needs
got,
a new
got presents
hot
for
water
him, too.
knob for.
Presents for him, too. James Watson says, we love Judah. We love Judah.
Thank you.
Yeah, he's just put that in there. And Carly said, yes, north of Barracks Road. Philip Dow, I do my own laundry and my wife does hers. That's how we do it in our house as well. I don't profess, my wife's carrying the house. My wife carries our family. Soup to nuts, she carries the family. I do my own laundry. Next headline, what do you got, Judah Wickauer? Suzanne Daly, if we're picking on Judah's succulent choices, let it be noted that Jerry would rather do one small load a day than one big load every 3 days. I thought about that when I said that, Suzanne Daly. Right now, somewhere you guys are laughing at her. Suzanne Daly, well
rich.
played. I've never met you in real life, Suzanne Daly, but that was a hell of a joke, Suzanne. Do we have a photo for Suzanne Daly?
We do not.
Suzanne Daly, props to you. That joke
That was prime.
was an R-rated joke, and it hit home with yours truly because nothing I enjoy more than the R-rated jokes. Vanessa Parkhill, loving the show right now. It's called room temperature, Judah Wickauer. It's called room temperature.
What?
She says it's called room temperature. What's she referring to? Georgia Gilmer. She's tagging you. It's called room temperature.
I'm not sure.
Was that how your succulent meats and your moist, milky thighs comment? Suzanne Daly, that was one of the funniest things I've heard on the show in a while. Holly Foster, her photo on screen. I'm going to see Holly Foster next week. Holly Foster reached out to us. She loves the show. She appreciated the care package we sent her earlier this year.
Nice.
Holly Foster. And she has a bottle of Macallan for us.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Holly Foster, thank you. That is
the Queen of Henrico.
Wonderful gift.
Her photo on screen. Holly Foster, the Queen of Henrico. We're going to see her next week. Mac and cheese was not a California side dish. I'd rather have other sides. She says, Jerry, take him to see Santa at Boar's Head this year and take a picture. Dude, the Santa Claus and the Mrs. Claus at the Boar's Head at the Winter Wonder is so often. It's unbelievable. That's Santa Claus. Santa Claus is actually at the Boar's Head.
Okay.
Like authenticity and then some.
Holly, I also grew up in California, so that may be why mac and cheese was never a part of our spread.
Oh, and she says it's the Macallan 12. Holly, you're getting us the Macallan 12? Oh, that's so delightful, Holly Foster.
Thank you.
Macallan 12, that's really good right there. Some good stuff right there. Suzanne Daly, you just made my day. Suzanne Daly. As I was saying it, Suzanne Daly, I was like, oh, Jesus. Next headline. Oh, the butter, the room temperature butter, Judah.
Oh, yeah.
The butter, the room temperature butter.
I don't know if ours was room temperature when I was using it, but it's besides the point.
Well, if it's not room temperature, how do you take a cold butter stick and massage it on the turkey skin?
Well, I said it wasn't fresh out of the fridge cold.
Okay.
We mixed it up with herbs and spices, and it may have been close to room temperature. Who knows?
Okay. All right. Elves? There's tiny elves?
Tiny elves. Where would you hide one where no one could get it?
Where would you hide a tiny elf where no one could find it? You know what my answer is? My answer is any of Stefan Friedman's storefronts. Draft Tap Room, it's locked. Old Metropolitan Hall, the event space, it's locked and empty. Bonnie and Reed, locked and empty. Little John's, locked and empty. Ace Biscuit and Barbecue, caught fire. Mm-hmm. Michael's Bistro, locked and empty. You want to have an Elves scavenger hunt, and you want to win the scavenger hunt as the organizer? Put it in a Stefan Friedman business.
I'd put one on a balcony, gazing down at the mall, laughing at all the people that can't reach him.
Okay, that's a good spot. Respect. You can put it in the backpack of the New Orleans guy.
Oh man,
that talks with the New Orleans language. What's the New Orleans language down there called?
Creole.
Creole. Can't understand a thing he's saying. He's always smiling. I mean, he is high as a kite. Nicest guy ever. Every time I see him, I give him a fist bump.
Is that the guy with the painted stick?
Painted stick? Yeah, he's got the staff. He walks around with the staff. He's got a painted face. He's speaking Creole. He's like, I don't know. I can't understand what he's saying.
Sometimes he's right outside our back door, and I come walking out, and he turns my way and goes, ha, 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 ha.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, good to see you, man.
He does that to me. He's the nicest guy ever. I never feel threatened. Oftentimes when I go out the back door of a building in downtown Charlottesville around evening time, and there's an individual sitting by himself on the ground in between trash cans carrying a large staff with a painted face, and he surprises me. Oftentimes I would feel terrified, but in this particular case, I want to give the man a hug. And instead I choose to give him a fist bump. Hide a tiny elf with him, you might not find it. Then there's Clapping Man, jacked Clapping Man with the big biceps.
In a long time.
I saw Jack Clapping Man with the big biceps a couple weeks ago. That's screaming at the top of his lungs and clapping his hands. Doesn't it hurt his hands how hard he's clapping them? I often want to stop him and ask, are the palms of your hands not hurting you, sir? But then I realized that his biceps are the size of my torso. He's screaming at the top of his lungs and sweating profusely as if a whore in church. And I just leave him alone.
As a what?
As if a whore in church.
Okay.
She would be sweating profusely. Would she not be?
I've never been a whore in church, so I'm not sure how I would respond.
Well, THC gummies in church.
No, that is not true.
I know it's not true. All right, final headline. You did a great job today. UVA tips off against Northwestern. 5 o'clock tip, weird tip-off time. It's because of its tournament, 5 o'clock tip, and it's played at a ballroom. I think there are 2,000 people that can watch this game in person. It's at the Greenbrier Resort. The game is played in a ballroom. Virginia's a 3.5-point favorite. It's UVA and Ryan Odom's first true test, Northwestern, in a ballroom.
In a ballroom. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, because it's like a tip-off tournament at Greenbrier. Have you ever been to the Greenbrier?
I don't think so.
Greenbrier is an enchanting place. Enchanting is how I would describe it. It's very much stuck in the past, stuck in time, but it's stuck in time nature makes it like romantic and enchanting and inviting. So follow the Wahoos tonight at a 5 o'clock tip. Oak Valley Custom Hardscapes. If you need a custom hardscape done at your business, Judah, or at your house, it's Oak Valley Custom Hardscapes. They make custom hardscapes easy. And the value proposition, the return on investment of a custom hardscape is far more than return on investment. It's return on experience. Oak Valley Custom Hardscapes, ladies and gentlemen, are who you contact for any custom hardscape. That's the show. Fun show today on a Friday. Judah Wickhauer's had a tremendous week here at the old family business. He's family too. We appreciate you, the viewer and listener. We are back in the saddle on Monday for Thanksgiving week. For Judah Wickhauer, I'm Jerry Miller. So long.